Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Charles and you are watching Charles Salbox TV. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a beginner's guide for anyone starting out in boxing. So just imagine it's your first day in the gym and you are taking the first session, and these are the drills that I believe that you should be focusing on to progress well within boxing. So the first thing that we want to focus on is our boxing stance. What we want to do is stand with our feet waist width apart. With the right foot, we want to take a step back. So just almost like half a foot of distance between the front foot and the back foot. So if I show you that from the side. And then what we're looking to do straight away from that is turn the lead foot in by a slight angle. So almost like that lead foot now is pointing in between 12 and 1 o'clock. Okay, now with our rear foot, which should be straight, we want to turn our rear foot so the heel aligns with the front foot toe. Okay, so we're here. Okay, now in this position, my front foot toe and my back heel are in line. Okay, now from here, what I want to do is just make sure that I'm comfortable within this position. Okay, so I've just edge out a bit. Okay, maybe you might want to edge out slightly to the right with your right foot, or to the left with your left foot, forwards with the front foot, backwards with the right foot, just so that you're comfortable. Now the next thing is to raise the heel. Okay, once we've raised the heel, now we lower the hips so that we're increasing the ability for us to maintain balance. Okay, and then we shift our weight backwards. Okay, so all we do there is just bend the back knee slightly more. Okay, and we're in this position. Okay, from the side, we're in this position. Okay, now from this position, we want to correct where we're going to place our hands. So our right elbow, we want to place it right beside the torso, and then from there we place the right fist across the chin. Okay, just the right side of the chin. Okay, now the lead hand, which is what we'll focus on now, we want to bring the elbow up so it's slightly away from the torso. Okay, and then we curl the lead hand over like that so it's just below eye level, and then we're in the position here. Okay, now from the side, always maintaining that base, which is the most important thing. Okay, just like that. Okay, now in order for us to maintain the stance, what we want to do is start from this position, and then on a whistle blow or a clap, we want to then go straight into the boxing stance. There. Okay, now you can see my heel toe aligned, my weight is on the back foot, 60% to 40%. Okay, from the side again. There. There. From the front. Okay, so a few teaching points is that you must try to stay relaxed in this position. It shouldn't be the case that you're feeling tight and you've built up tension. You need to also maintain good form. So obviously taking note of small details, like where's my elbow? Is my weight on the back foot? Also, the weight distribution is something that changes from club to club, country to country. But what I like to do is maintain 60% of my weight on the back foot and then 40% on my front foot. So if I need to retreat, I'm already doing that by having my weight going back. But if I need to propel myself forward, then I've got the right foot tension to be able to do that. Okay, so the second thing that you want to do now is to bring in step movement. So when you're in your boxing stance, you have to be able to move. Now the easiest style of movement is your step movement. So what you're doing from the boxing stance, you take your lead foot, you extend with your lead foot, try to keep your weight on the back foot, extend, there, and then there, okay? There, and there. From the side. Okay, so you can see with my foot, what I do, I extend my front part, the front part of my foot touches the floor first, then my heel follows, okay? Now I try to maintain my weight on the back foot for as much as I can as I'm extending. And then when I've managed to acquire that position and I believe that there's no threat, then I can bring my weight towards that foot. Okay, so that is how you move forward. Now moving backwards, obviously with the back foot, you just let the weight drop. Now, with the forwards and backwards movement, you have to remember when you're going forwards, you take the left foot first. When you're going backwards, you take the right foot. So now moving to the left and right, we want to make sure that we extend with the left foot there and then bring the back foot. Okay, that's moving to the left. Now moving to the right, we use the right foot. Okay, so this is movement going forwards, to the left, to the right, and going backwards. You want to also remember to make sure that when you're moving in that direction, you use the foot that leads first in that direction. So if I'm going forwards or left, my left foot leads in the front direction and in the left. So I move there, and then I can move there, okay? There, and then there, okay? Now if I'm moving to the right or back, then my right foot leads in those directions. So I can move to the right, then back. To the right, then back, okay? Also, a few teaching points. Try to check your stance whilst moving. It's always easy for you to take a step and then for you to either close your stance or have a wide stance. So a wide stance would be this, where you're taking a big step with the front foot or a little step with the back foot, okay? So a narrowed stance would be where you're taking a small step with the front foot and then a big step with the back foot, okay? And then you're losing your base, which is then going to perturb your ability to maintain balance. So the third particular thing that you want to do is try now to do the push movement. So with the push movement, it's a slightly more explosive mode of movement, and it gets you to approach your opponent quicker and then retreat from your opponent quicker. Again, similar to the step movement, you're moving with your left foot first, but you add a push from the back foot. So ta-ta, okay, ta-ta, okay. Going backwards now, we use the left foot to push and the back foot to extend. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Good. From the side now. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Okay, going backwards. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Now going to the left and right. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Okay, going to the right. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Okay, now the sounds that I'm making are just for me to keep the rhythm and the timing of the movement, okay? Try to preserve the push on the back foot if you're going forwards, and try to maintain the push on the front foot if you're going backwards. If you're going to the left and right, try to maintain the push going to the left there. And then if you're going to the right, try to maintain the push and extension. First of all, the push on the left foot and the extension on the right foot. Okay, you'll find it slightly more difficult and challenging to move in the left and right directions than to move forwards, but that's something that you need to drill religiously to improve your skill at that. So the next particular thing that I believe you need to do is work on your pivots. Now, the two previous drills were to help you traverse the ring, but also whilst having good movement, you need to be able to change direction, and that is what your pivots enable you to do. The base level pivot is the lead foot pivot, and then going either to the left or to the right. You also have a rear foot pivot, but I believe as a beginner, you'll probably need to focus on your lead foot pivot. So with the lead foot pivot, the first teaching point is for you to create a pivot on your lead foot. So that's to bring the lead foot up like that. Obviously, we rotate the heel there, just from the side, there, okay? And then the next thing that we do, we push on the back foot, okay? So 1, 2, okay? And then the next thing that we want to do is make sure that when we come to this position, we lower the heel and then we catch our weight on the back foot with the heel up, okay? So I'll demonstrate that again. 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, okay? That is going around in the clockwise direction from my frame of reference. Now going anti-clockwise, I am moving the right foot round. We want to do the same thing, but instead of rotating the heel out to the left, we want to lift it up straight away. So there and then there, okay? There and then there, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Teaching points to remember here is that obviously you've got the left foot heel either rotating out slightly to the left or raising up for your left and right pivots. Then you want to make sure that you're applying a push on the back foot, then also catching the weight when you arrive to the new pivot position. We're focusing on 90-degree pivots. And then once you arrive in that position, your front foot goes down. Another thing to help you along with the pivot and maintain a 90-degree pivot is to use your hands. So if I use my hands and I come into the direction, so I turn, as I turn, and I use my hands to turn through 90 degrees, I can use my hands as a way of measuring the angle and maintaining a fixed 90 degree. Okay guys, so the last thing that I believe that you should focus on is your slips and dips. So your slips and dips are your base level defensive movements. So when we're in our boxing stance, we slip to the left, boom, there. And we want to keep a visual on the position there, then come back, there, there. Now what you will notice is that I'm using my back foot to rotate, and I keep the link in between my ankle, my knee, my hip, and my shoulder. So with all these joints connected, if I rotate my back foot by pushing through to the ground and applying some sort of rotational force, then I am able to slip offline, okay? From here, there, there, okay? And when I'm comfortable with the angle that I go through, I just want to make sure that the position of my head is not too excessive, where I'm moving away too much, and not minimal, so that I'm still in the line of fire. I just want to make sure, with the help of maybe a coach or the mirror that will be in front of you, to make sure that you're sufficiently coming off the line that your opponent will throw their punches. Now, once you've done that to the left, you want to do that also to the right. So with the right foot, you want to rotate your foot inwards and come down to the floor, okay? And still keep that visual on your opponent. So again, there, there, okay? With your foot now, it's probably pointing towards the 2 o'clock direction. So as we rotate it, it gets to the 3 o'clock, just before the 3 o'clock position, and then we rotate it back, okay? So obviously that is just the alignment of our back foot to assist with the slip on the right, there, and then the slip to the left, there, okay? Now the dips are just a change of level, okay? So the slips take you out to left to right, and then the dips take you down, okay? So with the dips, we just almost go into a squat, bend both knees, there, okay? There, okay? Now, obviously, when we're walking or stepping around, step, step, dip, okay? Step, step, dip, okay? Now here, from the side, dip, dip, going forwards, dip, going to the right, dip, going to the left, dip. Remember, as a beginner, you need to be able to practice outside of the gym, not only in the gym, but these will be things that you utilize within your first few sessions, and then you need to take them out of the gym and practice them by yourself. Now, what you want to do is make sure that you're practicing the boxing stance 10 times, okay? Seeing how quickly and rapidly you can get into that position. Remember, it's a precise and specific position, so you want to remember all of those things that give you good form and then promote good habits of balance and coordination later on when you actually get into situations that you'll need it, i.e. sparring. Now, for all the other particular techniques, such as the step push movement, the pivots and the slips and dips, what you want to do is practice them individually for about a minute each. Once you've progressed with those individual skills and you believe you're developing, you can see the improvements, then you should try to utilize shadow boxing, where you can bring all of those things together and then see how well you can flow and keep the fluidity from one move to another, and even utilizing two moves at the same time. So a basic demonstration of what I'm talking about. So we start from this position, we go into the stance, then we've got movement, we've got pivots, we dip, we step with the dips, okay? Then we slip forwards, we pivot, pivot back, step across, dip, step with the dip, okay? Slip, slip, there, push steps, okay, there, okay, maintain balance. As a beginner, you can check your feet to make sure that your feet are in the correct position. There. Okay, we're pivoting. Stepping over. Okay, all of these movements are what I've shown you, and then obviously bringing them together in shadow boxing is what you want to do, and then improve the fluidity of those particular movements together. Okay guys, so that is a demonstration of how you can bring all of these technical aspects, which are fundamental to your boxing progression, together. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and are able to progress as beginners within the sport. We need more of you guys entertaining the possibility to fight, so us coaches are more in depth with our teaching abilities and also our communication with you guys. If you have anyone that is on that path, please share the video to them. And if you have enjoyed watching the video, obviously leave a like. If you want to leave a comment about certain things that you are finding difficulty with, or if you have a boxer that you are trying to train and you need some advice, please leave that within the comment section. Also, to help out the channel, to help it thrive, to help the community grow, please hit that subscribe button and obviously hit the notification bell. Till my next video, you guys stay blessed, keep training. Obviously, you beginners, make sure that you're hitting these fundamentals, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.